No hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit inspiresleep.com. That's inspiresleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing. For 30 years, we have been offering the best warranties in the industry. Remember, D.R. Martineau Roofing. Integrity, knowledge, service. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News, right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker,
no
and online
mandates
at
in Texas.
rightallalong.net.
Fox News. Texas Governor Greg Abbott bans vaccine mandates, coronavirus or otherwise, for private businesses or any other entity. He says in a statement the COVID-19 vaccine is safe, effective, and our best defense against the virus, but should remain voluntary and never forced.
Weeks after health systems, airlines, and other private businesses made the COVID vaccine mandatory for employees or face losing their jobs, Texas Governor Greg Abbott issued a sweeping executive order preventing any entity from requiring proof of vaccination for employees and customers. Governor Abbott is also taking things a step further, adding the item to the special session agenda in hopes the state legislature makes the ban law.
Stephen Dial with Fox 4 Dallas-Fort Worth. Details about the autopsy on a woman found dead in Wyoming last month are due to be announced by a coroner there today. Gabby Petito had been on a cross-country road trip with her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie. He's been missing for a month now himself after returning home to his parents' house in Florida alone. So far, just 1% of Southwest Airlines flights are canceled today. A lot of their customers have been stranded by cancellations over the weekend and yesterday.
Southwest said it was due to air traffic control issues and weather, but the FAA said in a statement air traffic and weather issues happened on Friday, leading some to speculate that the issues were related to the company's vaccine mandate for employees, which was announced last week. Southwest Pilots Union President Casey Murray told Fox News the pilots aren't engaged in any kind of job action. He says this has to do with internal issues at Southwest.
It has to do with IT. With outdated IT, it has to do with processes that we have been pushing for years to try to get them to correct.
The union has filed a challenge to the vaccine mandate in federal court. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Miami Police Chief Art Acevedo is out 6 months into the job. His leadership's been criticized by city commissioners. Acevedo accuses them of meddling in police business. America's listening to Fox News.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Heading out on the morning drive right now. You shouldn't have much in the way of trouble spots out there. Daniels Parkway at Chamberlain Parkway east of 75. We have a disabled vehicle getting cleared up right now. Doesn't look to be causing much trouble on Daniels in and out of Gateway. 7541 all running up to speed for your main highway drives and no crashes to report across Southwest Florida. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Look out for a similar weather pattern to what we had yesterday with a dry start to the day and more isolated afternoon rain later into this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures topping off acting near 91 degrees. We'll keep that chance for showers mainly after 3 p.m. today and continuing into the early evening hours with those winding down as we head into tonight. Wednesday, another dry start to the day with the low near 73 degrees. We top off near 90 for your Wednesday afternoon. More isolated rain and even some thunderstorms possible as we head into the later half and the second half of Wednesday. Thursday also featuring a chance for some isolated afternoon storms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Trifound company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
This is a message for all men. Look, my family doctor said my ED was incurable. There was nothing anyone could do but perform surgery. My wife was supportive. She told me it wasn't important and there were other things we could do, but deep down, I knew she was disappointed. I felt less of a man, less of a husband. I was embarrassed. I heard the ads for the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, and I thought to myself, how can the doctors at that clinic claim to resolve my erectile dysfunction in 15 minutes or less? So I called, made an appointment, my wife went with me, and let me say, my doctor was wrong. We have regained our intimacy. They can help. No matter your age or your condition, $99 for a doctor consultation and a test dose of the medication can help. Call now, 239-317-7777, 317-7777, 317-7777, or FortMyersMen'sClinic.com. And be sure to ask about the incredible Pulse ED, known to increase stamina, sensitivity, and even size.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for being here. I appreciate Jake the Millennial, for being here as well. Because without him... 239-479-5592. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything. Without you, I can't. You complete me. How's that? Is that you like the reference? You complete me. Do you know what I'm even talking about? No, it's
Wedding Crashers.
No, it's not Wedding Crashers. You complete me is. I think it was Austin Powers, the movie Austin Powers with the bald-headed guy. That was his mini-me. And they did that segment in the portion in the movie that was kind of making fun of
Evil.
Yeah, and I think it was making fun of a movie that Tom Cruise was in. And
That's
I think
not hard.
Yeah, and then you complete me. By the way, Tom Cruise, has anybody seen Tom Cruise? Did you see at the Dodgers-Giants baseball game, they had him on the jumbo screen? They took because he was sitting in the front row watching the baseball game there.
Was he jumping on the couch?
No, he wasn't jumping on the couch, but that was very good. Good reference there. There you go. There's a little pop culture reference for you from Jake. That's good. He's paying attention. No, he's chunky. He's gained a little bit of
COVID weight.
It could be COVID weight. I don't know, but his face was a little it was chipmunk-esque. It was a little
How do the
chunky.
Scientologists think about COVID? Do they, are they
I
vaccinated?
don't get into that. I don't know. But that's not where we're going here. I'm just saying that you don't usually see him so rotund, or not even rotund. Just his face was round. Here's the thing. You know how much I care about it? I'm moving on right now. That's it. All right. So other things we got to talk about. Ron DeSantis is showing time and time again how he is going to step out and be a leader in a lot of different ways. Sometimes it's the biggest ways you can imagine, and sometimes it's a very little, small little things. But it is leadership. And he did something yesterday and took a very radical stand. What did he do? We're going to talk about that coming up. Also at 8:05, the lieutenant governor of the state of Florida, Jeanette Nunez, is going to join us. And we're going to talk about a lot of different things, including some of the issues of how COVID is being couched across the country with the state of Florida, and how they're trying to make it seem like it's. We'll talk about all of that coming up. There's that. There's CRT. There's CRT News. I really want to know what she thinks about critical race theory and what's going on in our schools here in the state, and standing up to those that, for some reason, believe that we need to be pushing racism on our kids in schools. I mean, it's an outrage, but people are pushing back, and that's the point. There's news on that coming up. Ben and Jerry's. Did you see the Ben and Jerry interview yesterday? Oh my gosh, Ben and Jerry's. Like you're talking about Marxist ice cream. It's it's all kinds of Marxist flavors. Like what's some of the Marxist flavors they have? Karl Marx, the Yum Yum. What else do they have? I don't know, but anyway, so Ben and Jerry's did an interview yesterday that you've got to hear the audio. You're not going to believe it when you hear it. When a journalist doing some journalism, in a way, called them out about how they are hypocrites. They're just flat out hypocrites. Major hypocrisy on the part of Ben and Jerry's. And if you're buying Ben and Jerry's ice cream right now, you might want to listen to this interview coming up. So we'll get to that also. All right. And by the way, how are we doing today? How's Biden's America going today? Do we even know?
Biden's America.
Poor kids are just as tall as white kids.
In Biden's America.
Lion dog faced pony soldier.
In Biden's America. Who knows what we'll see?
You know the thing.
You know the thing.
Get your words straight, Jack. Come on, man.
Florida now seeing an average of $3.17 at the pump, the highest since 2014. And depending on where you go, it could be even higher. We found at least 2 stations in Miami where regular gas is $4.59.
What? Whoa. Are you kidding me? That's ABC Miami reporting that it's a 7-year high in gas prices under Biden. And they have stations that are selling gas at $4.59. Are you kidding me? In Miami, is that right?
Doesn't it make you want to cry looking at that number? $4.59.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Makes me want to cry. We don't even live in Miami, and I'm crying. Yeah, so there's some issues with the Democrat Party. I'm telling you, the Democrats are in trouble, and they know it. And there's a story, believe it or not, from the New York Times that really shows how awful things are getting ready to drop as far as the Senate and House races coming up. And we're going to get to that story in just a bit, too, because there are people that politically we don't like. Ezra Klein is one of them. Ezra Klein, who started Vox. Ezra Klein, who every once in a while drops an opinion piece. Ezra Klein, who's a big Marxist, socialist, whatever you want to call him. But he had an article in the New York Times about David Shor. David Shor is somebody that used to work with the Obama administration, and somebody who people love. They love following David Shor. Why? Because David Shor is one of these techno-geeky guys that does all the polling numbers and really dives in and dissects all the numbers, and they respect him, and they believe, like, when he says something, he knows what he's talking about. He was modeling election as a 16-year-old, and it got to the point where Barack Obama started retweeting his tweets and things that he was talking about. Election Day golden reports, as they were called. Like, everybody went to David Shore. So what am I getting at? I'm getting at the fact that David Shore is like, Democrats are screwed. Like, that's his words. Actually, it's not exactly what he said. He dropped some colorful word bombs that I can't repeat on the air, but let's just put it this way. If his numbers are right, whoo-hoo, and that Democrats are just sleepwalking right into oblivion. So there's some good news out there. So we like hearing that. So all of that's coming up. All right, Ron DeSantis said, hey, listen, all you people who have a problem with Columbus Day, I'm signing a Columbus Day declaration. How about that? That's the way you do it, everybody. No, that's not how you do it. Yes, thank you. That's how you do it. The whole issue of Columbus Day yesterday, as opposed to Indigenous Peoples Day, and how we even got to this place, and the minority of voices who are like, we don't like Columbus. We've got a problem with Christopher Columbus and all the things that he did. When meanwhile, if you go back in history and you actually read a little bit about the history of the time, you come to realize that there's actually a chance that some of the things that have been talked about when it comes to Columbus and what he did here and all the horrible things that he did may have actually happened by the Spaniards after he left. But that's a whole other story. We don't want to get into that minutia yet. But there's other minutia that we're going to get to in just a second. That's right. Columbus Day commemorates the life and legacy of the Italian explorer who made Europeans conscious of the existence of the New World, he observed. This is from the proclamation honoring Columbus Day by the Florida governor, and whose travels opened the door for the development of European settlements in the Western Hemisphere, which would ultimately lead to the establishment of the United States. So there you go. It's a big proclamation. Christopher Columbus displayed courage, determination, and perseverance when he sailed the ocean blue more than 500 years ago. Happy Columbus Day. And there you go. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and cause for the great seal of the state of Florida to be there you go, and it's signed off, and there it is. Extend greetings and best wishes to all those observing October 11th, 2021 as Columbus Day. Now, we know what Joe Biden did on the other side of this. Joe Biden said, hey, I'm going to be the first president to officially have a proclamation to recognize Indigenous Peoples Day there. And you get just since you got to have like dramatic, awful, we need like some kind of Halloween music or something, some kind of evil, music while I read this. I don't have any handy. Since time immemorial, American Indians, Alaska Natives, and Native Hawaiians have built vibrant and diverse cultures, safeguarding land, language, spirit, knowledge, and tradition across these generations. Now, I'm sure that Joe Biden put pen to paper on this himself. Our country was conceived on a promise of equality and opportunity. Okay, that's enough. I can't even do it. So Joseph R. Biden, Joseph R. Biden, Jr., President of the United States, to hereby proclaim October 11, 21 as Indigenous Peoples Day. All right. So a lot of people sit and say, whatevs, as the kids say. What's the big deal? What about this? Well, an interesting piece. I didn't even know this. How much do you know about Columbus Day itself? Like why we even have a Columbus Day? It's pretty interesting how we got to this place. You ready to learn a little bit here? Jake the Millennial? Jake?
I guess.
Okay, come on. Be more enthusiastic than that. It's Tuesday.
Of course.
All right. The Dispatch, Chris Starwalt, Columbus comes full circle. The support for the holiday wanes. It's worth revisiting the events that led to the celebration. I'm going to kind of paraphrase a lot of this, but they talked about how there's a parade in New York and people are celebrating and Italians celebrate. We talked about it yesterday as an Italian American, as Italian growing up in New York. My family, Columbus Day was Italian Heritage Day. It was like the day that we celebrated being Italian. That's what it was for us. And not for many people, it's not. But for my family and people that I know, that's what it was. And there's a good reason why that's the way it started. Those looking to tear down Columbus, both figuratively and literally, often talk about white supremacy and white privilege. But in 1892, when the first real national holiday honoring Columbus was held, no one would have thought of Italian Americans as privileged, and many wouldn't have even considered them white. Indeed, that first holiday, which celebrated the unveiling of the 76-foot-tall monument to Columbus next to New York Central Park, was in part driven by an effort to fight back against the growing, sometimes deadly racism directed at Italian immigrants and their families. Now, if you stop for a second and you talk to people that came here from Ellis Island and And my family did, signed the book. There it is. We can see it and visit it if we go to the website to check it out. I know my heritage. And when families came here, that's how it was. It wasn't like Italians came here and they were greeted with open arms. There wasn't much to connect Columbus and the new Italian immigrants pouring into the U.S. around the time of the 400th anniversary of the discovery, but Columbus, or the idea of Columbus, had enormous appeal in the myth-making that was necessary. It was a necessary step in Italian-American assimilation. And so how it went down here was there was an anti-Italian bigotry prevalent across the country. A 2019 New York Times article talked about the subject. Listen to this. Quote, as the historian Jennifer Guglielmo wrote, the newcomers, the Italians, encountered waves of books, magazines, newspapers that, quote, bombarded Americans with images of Italians as racially suspect. They were sometimes shut out of schools, movie houses, and labor unions, or consigned to church pews set aside for black people. They were described in the press as swarthy, kinky-haired members of a criminal race and derided in the streets with epithets like Dago and Guinea, a term derision applied to enslaved Africans and their descendants, and more familiarly, racist insults like white, I can't even repeat the word, the N-word and the N-word, WOP, W-O-P. This makes more tragic in the ways which some Italian Americans later embraced anti-black racism, no doubt in part to try to solidify their status inside the dominant culture. But 130 years ago, Italian immigrants and blacks often made common cause. And they go on to talk about in New Orleans and what happened there. And there was a lot that happened with crimes. There was a crime against the police chief where they rounded up 19 Italians on thin pretenses, charged them with killing the chief. The following March, an all-white jury picked to include no Italian Americans failed to convict any of the first 9 defendants to stand trial. The next morning, a well-organized lynch mob arrives at the city jail. The mob kills 11 of the defendants, including one man who was shot 42 times. But the press coverage, near and far, was favorable to what they did, what the mob did to these 19 Italians. Listen to this. The Associated Press, quote, it was not an unruly midnight mob. It was simply a sullen, determined body of citizens who took into their own hands what justice had, I can't even say this word, what justice had failed to do. So, white elite America was content with the result. It created a diplomatic nightmare for then-President Benjamin Harrison. Italy was furious about the incident, but he didn't want to appear like he was knuckling under for foreign demands, and he was about to begin his rematch contest against the man who defeated him in 1888. That's Grover Cleveland. Both candidates were courting Italian-American voters who were becoming increasingly important in many swing states. And so Harrison needed to show that he wasn't bigoted against Italians, and a national holiday celebrating the great explorer was within his power. And so the first ever National Columbus Day holiday took place October 21st, 1892. So it was Harrison that created this. But I bet you didn't know a lot about the history of Italian Americans in the country and the way they were treated, and how for Italians and I think there are 600 or 6,000? I'm trying to think of the number of statues across the country of Columbus because of what the president did at that time and this very purpose. And how there's a little bit of meaning behind it. For Italian Americans, it's a little more than just a guy who came here and just killed the indigenous people. Yeah, it's not. No, that's not. We're not celebrating the killing of indigenous people, and there's just more to that. I just thought it was an interesting background on exactly what was going on at the time and why it means something. And it's just amazing how in many cases, and we got to go to break, and how in many cases we come to find out in this country lately, far too often, and we have more examples today, of how the minority of voices get to decide what the majority does until the majority stands up and says, no, we're not doing this. When the majority of individuals look at vaccine mandates and say, wait a second, no, there's more of us. To say that you're going to mandate us to do something to our bodies and our livelihoods are at stake if we don't. No. There's more people that want to that's the Southwest Airlines issue. And many others that we talked about yesterday, possibly American Airlines, possibly Amtrak, and even more companies that are going to stand up and say, no, the minority of voices, and even when they're wrong, especially when they're wrong, are not the ones that get to tell the majority what to do, especially when the truth is on their side. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's if you'd like to watch. We do appreciate you watching each and every day and subscribing to the podcast. Thank you for that. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Amazon changes its remote work plans. Previously, it announced it was delaying a return to the office until at least January. Now, the CEO says it's up to corporate team directors to decide if employees need to work in the office. The head of Kraft Heinz says consumers need to get used to higher food prices. CEO Miguel Patricio tells the BBC higher prices in the U.S. are driven by a labor shortage and logistic costs, otherwise known as supply chain problems. Supply shortages sent U.S. crude surging past $80 a barrel yesterday for the first time since 2014. That inflationary move rattled stocks, with the Dow dropping 250 points, the Nasdaq falling 93. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Water everywhere. You can't swim in it. You can't stand drinking it. Heck, it's so bad it's on the news every day. Hi, I'm Rob Hill from Bob Hill Plumbing. We've invested over 66 years here in Naples, bringing you clean, drinkable water for your home or condo. We realize we can't fix the water problems everywhere, but we can definitely clean up the water inside your home. Our government does their best to deliver safe water for use. But wow, who wants chlorinated yellow water at every faucet? Let us install a Halo home filtration system and remove all the bad taste, color, and odor from your water. Halo removes 99% of all chlorine, ammonia, and all the bad-tasting chemicals in our municipal water system. Call Bob Hill Plumbing today and let us install a Halo water system in your home so you can once again enjoy clean, bottle-quality water at every faucet. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or bobhillplumbing.com.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive, but that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,005 months. No down payment required.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
92.5 Fox News.
Office workers are trickling back at the highest rate since the pandemic began, with an average of about 36% of the workforce returned last week in 10 major cities monitored by Castle Systems. Now, some of those workers need to be vaccinated, but not in Texas.
Weeks after health systems, airlines, and other private businesses made the COVID vaccine mandatory for employees or face losing their jobs, Texas Governor Greg Abbott issued a sweeping executive order preventing any entity from requiring proof of vaccination for employees and customers.
Fox's Stephen Dial.
It's broader than his previous executive order banning government vaccine mandates in Texas. Governor Abbott is also taking things a step further, adding the item to the special session agenda in hopes the state legislature makes the ban law.
America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News Traffic.
Good morning. We have a crash with major delays and roadblock along State Road 82 and Ortiz Avenue with injuries reported. If you're heading that way, east and westbound, you're going to deal with roadblock as well as southbound on Ortiz Avenue. May just want to take I-75 if you have to head north and south through that stretch of 82, or you could take Colonial Boulevard instead of MLK Jr. Boulevard. Looking good along 75. We're not seeing any delays out there right now. 41 looking clear as well. We do have a crash in Collier County heading through the Orange Tree area and injuries reported there. That's at Everglades Boulevard North and 35th Avenue Northeast, seeing some slight slowdowns at the intersection just north of Oil Well Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Look out for a similar weather pattern to what we had yesterday, with a dry start to the day and more isolated afternoon rain later into this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures topping off back to near 91 degrees. We'll keep that chance for showers mainly after 3 p.m. today and continuing into the early evening hours, with those winding down as we head into tonight. Wednesday, another dry start to the day with the low near 73 degrees. We top off near 90 for your Wednesday afternoon. More isolated rain and even some thunderstorms possible as we head into the later half and the second half of Wednesday. Thursday also featuring a chance for some isolated afternoon storms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, a long time ago, in one of our first commercials, my father had a little slogan at the end that said, "If you have any trouble, just call Poppy." Well, Poppy's not here to take your call, but Pop is. So if you have any trouble with any of our team members, or you just have a question, I'm not one of those owners that hides from the public. You can call me anytime at 239-482-1542, and I'll come to your home and visit, or I'll try to help you over the phone. If you have any trouble, just call Pop. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
It's the Fall RV Show inside the air-conditioned Lee Civic Center. Prices slashed on every new and used motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer. The show is filled with RVs from top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, Thor, Integra, and more. Free admission and parking. See RV.fun for more information. Find your new RV when you shop the Fall RV Show inside the Lee Civic Center starting Thursday. The Fall RV Show is presented by La Mesa RV, 9650 Kelly Tractor Drive in Fort Myers.
Throughout the month of October, Jason and Todd at the Diamond District want to offer you 5 years interest-free financing on the largest selection of beautiful fashion diamond jewelry now at the Diamond District. Financing based on approved credit and available on the entire selection of fashionable diamond jewelry.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have 2 choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
Our windows made a difference in terms of how our house looked. So it looked 30 years old with our old windows. And now that we have our new Storm Shield windows, they look totally different. Our coastal look is coming along. We definitely have other projects to do, but the look alone of these windows has definitely improved our house. We have more energy efficient windows than we had before. It's quiet, and we definitely know in the event of a storm that we're safe and secure.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
When you want the very best for your home, there's only one name that stands alone. Hardware and glass in harmony. No frames, no mess. You'll love what you see. Quality, style, and huge selection. Give your bath the look of perfection. Want to see more? Go to my shower door.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis, sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Did you hear about this? Over the weekend, Southwest Airlines canceled more than 2,000 flights.
That is rough. The only thing worse than having your Southwest flight canceled is actually having to fly Southwest.
That's not very nice. I don't know. It's okay. There you go. Yeah, Southwest Florida flights canceled, and people are saying, "Well, what exactly happened here?" Oh, it was the weather, Jake. It's just it's the weather, and a couple of people, and some techie people that are trying to fix some stuff, and it's definitely not what everybody is saying. It's not about the vaccine mandates. No, that is not happening. As a matter of fact, all the different organizations and the pilots organizations and the unions and everybody saying, no, that's not the case. Nothing to see here. Move along. You got to stop. Well, here's some news that just came. Well, it's not really breaking news, but it's not, and it's not even really a bombshell. I guess it's
breaking
not.
News. A bombshell.
I just said it's not. Anyway, Texas bans vaccine mandates by any entity. How about that? He signed an executive order, the governor did today, banning vaccine mandates by any entity in the state. It would hit corporations that have begun to follow federal guidelines to mandate vaccines for all their employees. I guess we'll see how this works in the midst of this meltdown that's been happening at Southwest, and more indications that employees of the Texas-based air carrier using sick days in anticipation of being fired for not conforming to the mandate. I didn't think about that. See, that's exactly what the people are saying. But by the way, I keep looking at my finger. I was moving my hand across the board and I caught it on something, and and now I'm bludgeoned. I got to get a Band-Aid. All right, so so I guess these individuals are like, listen, we're going to lose our jobs, so we're going to use our sick days. We're using it all at the same time. Is that clearly what has happened? Look, here's the thing. They're not going to admit to you that that's what's happened here. But there is something to be said about people standing up against what is COVID tyranny. And people holding a line and saying, look, we're just not going to do this. We see everything that's going on. We see ships that are sitting, container ships off our coasts. People are not working. We can't get these things to shore. Apparently, there are people that are out there, and I don't know, maybe you know some of them. I don't. 239-479-5592. Maybe you know some of these people that are out there right now that are saying, I'm too scared to go to work. I'm too afraid due to COVID to go out and get back into the workforce. I have yet to meet anybody like that. Maybe they exist. Maybe they're around here in Southwest Florida. Maybe we just live in a bubble. Maybe if you go outside to different places, like the liberal areas of the state, like Miami and Orlando and places like that, maybe they are sitting around and they're saying, I can't go outside. I've got a mask up. And even if I'm vaccinated, I'm still scared and I'm not going to go back to the workplace. Because that's what people are insisting is happening here. I just don't see it. But maybe you do. All right, 239-479-5592. Maybe you want to comment on this. We could talk about that coming up if you would like to join us. Again, 239-479-5592. One of the stories I've been watching it popped up yesterday is about the hypocrisy of the left. Listen, there's no doubt about it that the Marxist, socialist, communist, leftist Democrats are certainly, and not always Democrats, but certainly the left and those that are the Marxists and the socialists are the ones that definitely pull out the most when it comes to the hypocrisy card. And Ben and Jerry founders, Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield, are definitely those as well, those same types of individuals who will go out there and say, listen, we back everything that's leftist as a company. You know, we are a left-leaning company, and we're going to show our true ice cream flavors right to you. And we're gonna name flavors. We got Karl Marx, a Yum Yum, or whatever their flavors are now. And then all of a sudden, you start to realize that, wait a minute, when it comes down to the money, is it really just virtue signaling? Is it just you want people to think you're left-leaning and you're tough and you're going to stand up? But when push comes to shove and the money comes into being, is there something else happen? When confronted with that kind of hypocrisy, like, as a company, we're left-leaning and we're going to stand up to things, politics that we don't like, and we're going to show you. What happens when you're confronted with it? Well, one reporter did just that. So just to set this up, I think it was July that Ben & Jerry's said that they were going to withdraw selling in Israeli settlements. They don't want to sell ice cream in, quote, occupied Palestinian territory. And everybody's like, what? Are you serious? Even Unilever, their company, is like, what? Now, remember, when you're talking about population, you're talking about, I think, somewhere around 500,000 people in these Israeli settlements. So keep that in mind, right? When you hear what we're about to play. As they say, we believe it's inconsistent with our values for Ben & Jerry's ice cream to be sold in the occupied Palestinian territories. So then they're sitting down with Axios in an interview with somebody named Alexei McCammon. So listen to the interview and how this interview plays out. Again, talking about the hypocrisy of those on the left. When push comes to shove, it's more about virtue signaling and having people believe that they're tough when it comes to the politics of the day. But really, when money gets into it, maybe it's not such a...
If you disagree with the Israeli government policy, why not just stop sales completely?
Well, I disagree with the U.S. policy. We couldn't stop selling in the U.S. I think it's fine to be involved with a country, to be a citizen of a country, and to protest some of the country's actions. And that's essentially what we're doing in terms of Israel. We hugely support Israel's right to exist, but we are against a particular policy.
Okay, so you following this? We're against a particular policy in Israel, and their right to exist. Oh, no, we're all about that, but it's this one thing in their politics. Oh, that we're standing up, we're taking a stand. So now the question hits. Okay, well, wait a second. There are things that are happening in other places around the globe, including what some might say on the left is happening right here in the United States. So listen to this.
You guys are big proponents of voting rights. Why do you still sell ice cream in Georgia? Texas, abortion bans. Why are you still selling there?
Come on.
I don't know.
I don't know. You're not supposed to ask us that question. Come on, we're tough. We're strong on this. You're supposed to help us. No, you're not. You're a hypocrite. She's like, listen, you guys are big proponents of voting rights, right? You talk about it all the time. Why do you still sell ice cream in places like Georgia and Texas? There are abortion bans. Why are you still selling it there? And his answer is, what is he?
I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting question. I don't know what that would accomplish. We're working on those issues of voting rights and.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you ask a really good question, and I think I'd have to sit down and think about it for a bit.
You would have to say, you haven't thought about this at all? No, because you never thought in a million years that somebody would push back against you at all. It's about the money, right? 500,000 around individuals in the Israeli settlements. In Texas, in Georgia, places like this, you have tens of millions of people in total, probably 30, 40 million people that you're going to, stop all of a sudden selling? And then people might actually see that that's happening in the United States and these states. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, we don't want to be part of this at all. We won't buy any of your products anywhere. New York, Florida, pick a state. We're not enjoying this at all. No, we don't want to lose out on that. So again, what does it come down to? Man, when push comes to shove, when it comes to the left, the hypocrisy is out there right in your face when you push back. The way that they virtue signal, and when you see it happening, and when you hear an interview like that is uncomfortable to watch, you got to watch it. To watch his face is priceless. But again, that's what they do. 239-479-5592. Let's take a quick break, or let's can't even speak. We're going to take a break. How about that? And when we come back, we'll get to your calls. We'll talk about this more. I did mention earlier about the destruction of the Democrat Party. It is It is dismantling and destroying itself from within right before our eyes. And David Shore is Ezra Klein, actually, in a New York Times article bringing this up, is telling Democrats what they don't want to hear. And wait till you hear it, because I'm pretty sure it's the New York Times. You're probably like, oh, I'm not really checking that out. Well, I'll let you know all about this coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. We have a crash with major delays and roadblock along State Road 82 and Ortiz Avenue with injuries reported. If you're heading that way, east and westbound, you're going to deal with roadblock as well as southbound on Ortiz Avenue. May just want to take I-75 if you have to head north and south through that stretch of 82, or you could take Colonial Boulevard instead of MLK Jr. Boulevard. Looking good along 75. We're not seeing any delays out there right now. 41 looking clear as well. We do have a crash in Collier County heading through the Orange Tree area and injuries reported there. That's at Everglades Boulevard North and 35th Avenue Northeast, seeing some slight slowdowns at the intersection just north of Oil Well Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. After a dry and nice start to the day with a mostly sunny sky, look for a few clouds building towards this afternoon with some isolated rain back in the forecast, especially after 3 p.m. Temperatures reach near 93 degrees. We see those showers wind down as we enter later this evening, with temperatures cooling to 73 as we wake up on your Wednesday. A high of 94 tomorrow with a chance for some isolated afternoon rain and thunderstorms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing. Storm season is approaching. Avoid complications with your insurance company. Sign up for our free pre-season and post-season roof assessment plan. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Goodbye, pests, I'll see you later. I call National, hey, exterminators. For it's $46 to get roads and bugs to the 946 snow bug.
Shoo-ba-doo-wop, ooh.
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs.
Bugs, termites, rodents, even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, no contract.
Goodbye, pests, I'll see you later. I call National, hey, exterminators. For it's $46 to get roads and bugs to the 946 snow bug.
Shoo-ba-doo-wop, ooh.
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs.
Bugs, termites, rodents, even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, no contracts.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit rocksolidnaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, Regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewseal.com, the website, CLS3Es. Let's go to a couple of calls here. Steve's in Michigan. Hello there, Steve-O.
How you doing?
I'm doing.
Hey, Drew, you're right on the money, buddy.
Oh, you mean right all along? We got to get the brand right. Come on now, Steve.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right all along.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you for bringing up the other day when Biden, a couple days ago, was talking about whatever company that, we got to look past all these people losing jobs and losing their careers and all of that because, wow, this company went from 56% vaccinated to 99%.
Yeah. That's pretty hysterical.
Here's my question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
So if you got rid of everyone that was unvaccinated, why isn't it 100%? Who's the holdout?
Yeah, well, there's 1%, I guess. That I don't know. Well, I guess you can't say 100%. Yeah, that's a funny question.
Yeah, how does 1% not have to be fired or quit?
Well, I think it's like the 4 out of 5 dentists surveyed who recommend sugarless gum for their patients who chew gum. There's always that one outlier that's like, yeah, get your cavities, because he's the smart one. He knows that if you keep those kids eating the sugared gum, then they keep coming in for the cavity work. Then he keeps
there you go.
He keeps his job going. All right, that's a great.
Yeah, but the other question I have real quick.
Yeah.
I said, why is no press? Obviously the press, but I mean even Fox or somebody pressing the White House on the reason for the exemption of all of the Congress and their staffers. I mean, we know why, but what is their reason? What legitimate reason could they have to say, oh, well, they're exempt? 80,000 people are exempt.
Oh, I can tell you why. I can tell you why.
What's that?
Because they're better than you. Yeah, if they're in Congress, they're better than you. That's what it is, Steve. And it's the same thing with the story that I brought up yesterday with the, 100 to 200 different people in Congress and family members were given ivermectin and an ivermectin protocol, and yet nobody's talking about that. Well, why were they given that protocol? I thought horsey paste was not supposed to be used, and we come to find out there's about 200 individuals in Congress and family members that were given the protocol. Well, why did they do that? How come we don't get to hear that? Because it's hypocrisy. It's for you. It's for you, and not for them.
Here's the other thing on the horsey paste, real quick.
Okay.
Merck's new pill that they just put out.
Yeah.
All right, that is going to lower by 50%, whatever.
Yeah.
It is ivermectin with an additional something in it, just so they could patent it.
Well,
that's why Merck has been. Merck has been attacking ivermectin, which is their drug.
Yeah, I will say this, Stephen. We've got to run. We're up against a hard break, but thanks for the call. I appreciate it. I know a couple of weeks ago I was reading some articles on that, and it works the same way. I think that's what other people are saying as well, is that it works the same way. How it works against cells, and it's complicated, but I see what you're saying, Steve.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
If you needed heart surgery, who would you call? A doctor who's done it every day, or a doctor who's done it once a year? The same is true about your erectile dysfunction. At the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, our Florida physicians focus on one thing: solving your ED. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, prostate cancer, these all contribute to your ED. And our physicians at the Fort Myers Men's Clinic know how to solve your problems. We have over 50 different custom formulations tailored just for you. You get to try the medication containing FDA-approved ingredients right in our office. Your total cost for the consultation, test dose, testosterone, and PSA test is only $99. If the test dose doesn't work, you pay us nothing. So you have absolutely nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Call now. 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777. And move from skeptic to believer. 317-7777. 317-7777. Or online at FortMyersMen'sClinic.com.
Hey, this is Papa with a special message. God bless America. I moved our family here in 1986 from Texas. I was brought up with the old-fashioned conservative values. Be honest, tell the truth, do a good job. Hopefully my 3 sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, will continue our family business with these same old-fashioned values. If you do call for our free inspection, we'll be honest and show you the facts. If you don't need a new roof, we'll tell you. If you only need some repairs and want your roof to look new and beautiful, we'll do that too, and we'll make it affordable. Many of our customers are snowbirds, and many have told us that they want to move here permanently because of the sad state of affairs in their cities. We love Southwest Florida, and thanks to you, we have a good business. Call me for a free inspection, and we will be on time, and we'll do a good job. Call me at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We love the good old USA. License number CCC 1326213.
Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along.
A ban on vaccine mandates in Texas. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Some companies in Texas have already been requiring employees to get vaccinated for coronavirus. That is now not allowed per executive order signed by Governor Greg Abbott. It bans any entity from requiring coronavirus vaccinations of employees or customers.
Governor Abbott's order shields employees and consumers in Texas from being subject to a vaccination requirement. It says medical, religious, and personal reasons are considered valid objections for getting the shot. The governor acknowledges that the vaccines are safe, but said they should only be voluntary. The only way the order would be rescinded is if it becomes law. Governor Abbott took a step toward that as well, placing the issue on the docket of a special assembly session to be considered as state law. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
A report from the British Parliament finds the government there waited too long to lock down when the coronavirus pandemic started last year.
The report calls the delay one of the worst health failures in UK history.
We took decisions based on the science.
Cabinet Minister Stephen Barclay defended the government's approach.
With something so unprecedented as the pandemic, there will be lessons to learn.
Britain is to hold a public inquiry into the outbreak next year. In London, Simon Owen.
Fox's Simon Owen in London. A small plane crashes into a UPS van in Santee, California. That's a San Diego suburb. At least one person on the plane, possibly the pilot and the UPS driver, are dead. An elderly couple was rescued from a burning home.
12 homes that have been impacted, 2 of them complete losses.
Deputy Fire Chief Justin Matsushita. Georgia's Secretary of State is asking the Justice Department to investigate the shredding of hundreds of voter registration applications. 2 Fulton County election workers are fired, reported by other workers on Friday. There are municipal elections there in 3 weeks. The shredded applications came in over the last 2 weeks. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash causing major backups at State Road 82 and Ortiz Avenue in Fort Myers. There's still roadblock at the intersection because of that crash with injuries, so avoid it by taking Colonial or I-75. We also have a crash east of I-75 along Palm Beach Boulevard and Parker Avenue in the Fort Myers Shores area. No roadblock there, but possible injuries and just seeing some slight delays westbound approaching State Road 31. We also have a disabled vehicle at Palm Beach Boulevard and Orange River Boulevard, and a hit-and-run crash along 41 right near Simply Shelf Storage. That's in Fort Myers. We're looking at some slight delays, North Fort Myers rather, just north of Pondella Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Look out for a similar weather pattern to what we had yesterday with a dry start to the day and more isolated afternoon rain later into this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures topping off back to near 91 degrees. You'll keep that chance for showers mainly after 3 p.m. today. evening hours, with those winding down as we head into tonight. Wednesday, another dry start to the day with the low near 73 degrees. We top off near 90 for your Wednesday afternoon. More isolated rain and even some thunderstorms possible as we head into the later half and the second half of Wednesday. Thursday also featuring a chance for some isolated afternoon storms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Leftists make you fret? Check out rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at AMCO of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. It's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that 200,000 illegal aliens are crossing our border every month? That's like adding a medium-sized American city every single month. That's not a failure, it's an agenda. The Biden administration knows that open borders means more Democrat voters. We aren't losing our country, we're giving it away. But recently I stood beside Governor DeSantis, right here in Lee County, as he announced his plan to fully mobilize all state resources to fight this illegal invasion. He issued an executive order to cut off state support for resettlement of illegals. He ordered a review of compliance with E-Verify and directed our law enforcement to detain any vehicles transporting illegals. America is a nation of immigrants, but it's also a nation of laws, and Florida has a zero-tolerance policy for those who disregard our laws and disrespect our sovereignty. This is Spencer Roach, and I'm proud to stand with the governor to fight back against the Biden border crisis. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Thank you so much for that. You can go to the website and do it there. Coming up 7:35, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond's going to join us. We'll check out everything that's happening within the county, see what the latest is going on. Also at 8:05, the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Florida is scheduled to join us, Jeanette Nunez, and we'll talk a lot about some issues that are happening here in the state, some questions about even CRT being taught in the state, and even some of the things that are going on with COVID and some of what people have been talking about with regard to the state of Florida and what we're doing here and how we're battling as opposed to the realities. And, and you've got people like, who is it, Nikki Fried, who have decided to chime in on all things DeSantis. And we have to figure out, what is going on specifically with regards to those issues, and we try to figure out what's happening there, and then we come to find out that Nikki Fried is running for governor, and of course her platform
marijuana.
Yeah, so we're going to work on that. All right. Anyway, I just had to play that. All right. So coming up, hey, how are we doing? Biden's America. How are we doing today?
Biden's America.
Poor kids are just as talented as white kids.
In Biden's America.
Lion dog face pony shoulder.
In Biden's America. Who knows what we'll see?
You know the thing.
You know the thing.
Get your words straight, Jack. Come on, man.
Holiday shoppers are already being warned to hit the stores early. Marissa Silva, a toy expert, says the industry is being hit hard by the shipping crisis. Silva says there's a delay of about 6 to 8 weeks for a lot of toys. She also warns by Black Friday there may not be much on the store shelves.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like may not be on the store shelves there. By Black Friday, we may have some issues with empty shelves for this holiday season. So there you go. Jake is going to be worried because he's not going to get his new X Super Box Part 10 so that he can play his World of War Underneath the Clear Blue Sky Part 7, parachuting in from...
All my games are digital, Drew.
Are they digital? Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. So maybe if you had to pick up a computer. So Jake might be having an issue going to the shelves to pick up a computer so he can do some more Bitcoin mining or something like that.
Good luck. Have fun.
Good luck with that. So, look, maybe there's not going to be a lot on the toys shelves this year. Black Friday might be really awful. Look, how bad is it really? I mean, it's not like, goodness, it's not like Superman's bisexual or anything like that. It's
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this just handed to me. Yeah, he is. Huh? The Man of Steel is coming out as bisexual, DC comic writer Tom Taylor revealed Monday, saying that creating, quote, another straight white savior would be a real opportunity missed. John Kent starts a gay relationship with... Okay. I don't... all right. So it just keeps happening, right? It's constantly we're gonna hear more and more about these comic superheroes and other, right? So does it get to a point where you run out of people? I mean, if sooner or later everybody's going to be something, they're going to be bisexual, they're going to be just
there's more.
Right,
they're just going to add more stuff.
Well, no, but I mean, sooner or later you run out of changing character. You're going to change
sooner or later. You're going to run out of characters in alphabet for your little.
Okay, well that's you mean the LGBTQ plus ABC? I don't. I can't. Listen, you got to be just to be nice. Be nice. So. I guess it is that bad. So there you go. A real opportunity missed if we had another straight white savior. It's a comic! You're picking the wrong saviors, people. 239-479-5592. There's the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. I know there's some more audio, how bad it's been for Democrats. How bad has it been? Who is this? Somebody put out a video. I don't know who did this video, but it is really good. This is what Democrat leadership has gotten the American people. Listen to this. It starts with Nancy Pelosi, and then it just gets worse from there.
With a Democratic majority in the House and Senate, we will deliver bold progress for the people when we have President Joe Biden in the White House.
Smugglers and cartels exploding chaos at the border.
What anybody who has bought anything already knows, prices for just about everything are going up.
We are clearly in cities seeing a rise in crime. It's a fact.
Scenes of panic and pandemonium at Kabul airport. It's a chaotic exodus.
Not every American who wants to leave has left.
Crisis at the border. There is a significant surge of migrants crossing illegally into the U.S.
Nobody has put women and children under more danger than President Biden has.
Democrats can't protect us across the world. Democrats can't protect our street. And Democrats can't protect us at the border.
How did President Biden get this so wrong?
Because he will be an extraordinary president.
Then it says vote them out. November 8th, 2022. But listen, Superman is not the white straight savior, because that would have been an opportunity missed. So the new Superman is now is a bisexual. So listen, we're saving the planet one comic strip at a time is what we're doing. That's what we care about. It's big. It's real big. But what about the Democrat Party? I mean, do Democrats realize how bad it is for them? And Ezra Klein is just an awful socialist Marxist writer. He's the one who started Vox, and he's a tool. But he wrote an opinion piece in the New York Times that somebody called to my attention, and it's about David Shore. And I'll explain in just a second. David Shore is telling Democrats what they don't want to hear. David Shore is somebody that in Democrat circles is a big time Democrat. People have listened to him for years, talking about how Democrats are on the precipice of an era without any hope of a governing majority. Whoa, what? I'm going to read some of this article because it's very interesting. David Shore started modeling elections in 2008 when he was a 16-year-old blogger, and he proved good at it. By 2012, he was deep inside President Obama's re-election campaign, putting together the fabled Golden Reports, modeling the election daily. The forecast proved spookily accurate. It ultimately predicted every swing state but Ohio within a percentage point and called the national popular vote within 1/10 of a percentage. In other words, this guy is putting data together. He knows exactly what he's doing, like he's been called a genius. Until something happened. But a tweet changed his career. Seems like tweets do that a lot often, don't they? Well, I mean, to certain individuals. During the protest after the killing of George Floyd, Shore, who had few followers at the time, tweeted, quote, post-MLK assassination race riots reduced Democratic vote share in surrounding counties by 2%, which was enough to tip the 1968 election to Nixon. Nonviolent protests, he noted, tend to help Democrats electorally. Well, that didn't sit well with people. They didn't like hearing that. But according to all the science and the data, the analytics that people care about, supposedly, that was true. But you're not allowed to say that. It upset some activists. He ended up getting fired by his employer because of this. So he turned it into his own personal story of proving that his political theories are right. That the Democrat Party is trapped in an echo chamber of Twitter activists and woke staff members. It lost touch with the working class voters of all races that it needs to win elections, and even progressive institutions dedicated to data analysis were refusing to face the hard facts of public opinion and electoral geography. In other words, all the numbers that he was coming up with was showing that the Democrat Party was drifting in a really bad place, and they weren't paying attention to the analytics, and they started to pay attention to Twitter, which people aren't paying attention to. The world is not on Twitter. You're told that it is, and that's where all the opinions lie, and everything is really about the woke universe and Twitter, and it's not. Again, the culture is telling you that this is the definition of what is and what you're supposed to believe and how you're supposed to act and what is right and wrong, and the majority of the world, let alone the country, is looking and go, no, that's not us. The majority thinks quite the opposite. They don't live on Twitter, and they don't believe that the current culture of what you're being told about whether it's transgenders in bathrooms or CRT or tearing down a statue because you decided you don't like it. No, that's not the majority of people. And here's where the big part of this article comes in. At the heart of his work is the fear that Democrats are sleepwalking into catastrophe. Since 2019, he's been building something he calls the power simulator. Listen to this. It's a model that predicts every House and Senate and presidential race between now and 2032 to try to map out the likeliest future for American politics. He's been obsessively running and refining these simulations over the past 2 years, and he keeps telling the same thing. Listen to what he's saying. His words, As a Democrat, we're screwed. He didn't use that word. He used a different word. I can't use the word he used, but he sees the numbers, and Democrats are not listening. They're slow walking right into oblivion. Now, listen, we look and say, don't say anything. Don't let them know. But they're not listening to him anyway. In 22, if Senate Democrats, listen to this is a big deal here. In 2022, if Senate Democrats buck history and beat Republicans by 4 percentage points in the midterms, which would be a startling performance, they have a 50-50 chance of holding the majority. If they win only 51% of the vote, they'll likely lose a seat and the Senate. But 2024 is when it really hits home. To see how bad the map is for Democrats, think back to 2018. They talked about how things shifted and changed and how Nancy Pelosi got the gavel. They won 18 million more votes than Senate Republicans in 2018, and they still lost 2 seats. So if 24 is simply a normal year in which Democrats win 51% of the two-party vote, his model projects a 7-seat loss compared with where we are now. Think about that in 2024, a 7-seat loss for Democrats. Democrats could win 51% of two-party vote in the next 2 elections and end up with only 43 seats in the Senate. And he says they're not even listening. They're not even paying attention. They're slow walking right into this, and they think that Twitter and the woke crowd and the defund the police crowd and all the things that are going on right now with the pullout of Afghanistan and how we did this and the immigration issues and the crisis that's happening along the border, they are just doing it, and they don't care. They're not paying attention to what the American people think. They are slow walking right into an abyss. And David Shore, who's done all the analytics, had said, listen, you don't understand. It's going to be brutal. And to make it even worse, think about this. There are more and more red states than there are blue states. We're talking about legislatures. We're talking about how there are more red states. And every time a Senate seat comes up, that the split has been, and if I'm not mistaken, I just want to get this right. In past elections, the numbers have been 50 to 75%, around there when it comes to a presidential election and a Senate race. So in other words, in the past, between the 60s and all the way up until the 90s, it was a 60 to 75% chance that the party that won the White House, let's say in the state of Florida, whoever you voted for, the majority of people voted for president in that year, that senator 70% of the time would win. 60 to 75% of the time would win as well. Now, as of 2020, it was like 96%. So in other words, it was guaranteed that if you in the state voted for Trump, it was guaranteed that the Senate race was going to be a Republican. In California, if you voted for Biden, it was guaranteed that you were going to vote for a Democrat. You see where we're going here? It's polarized. Now we know that that's the case. If you've got more states that are voting Republican, red, and there are more legislatures out there, and we all see it, then this is going to be worse than they can ever imagine. And they're not backing away. The key here is this. We are right. And I know that's so on brand. But we are. The majority of this country is not woke. The majority of this country is not into that. The majority of this country is not into being told that immigration crisis along the border is not a crisis. There's nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Move along. That they're being told about transgender kids in bathrooms and that issue needs to, you just have to suck it up because that's just the way it is and that's the way life is. And when it comes to critical race theory being taught to our kids and the indoctrination of our kids and this idea that this country was founded on racism and everything has to be torn down because of the racists that, no. The majority of individuals don't believe that and don't follow that. We're not going there. But yet the Democrats are running full steam ahead into defunding police and so much more, and they refuse to stop. And it's to their own peril. And to that I say, knock yourself out, because if David Shore's numbers are right, whoo, you think 2020 is going to be a big year for Republicans and 24 as well. You ain't seen nothing yet. And yes, I use the word ain't. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. When we come back in just a little bit, Brian Hammond, Lee County Commissioner, is going to join us. We'll have the Lieutenant Governor on scheduled at 8:05, so we're looking forward to that conversation as well. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have 2 choices, Storm Shield and all the rest.
The aesthetics of the appearance from the outside and the inside is just amazing. But it's quiet. It's really quiet inside, and it's made a huge difference in our energy consumption. My name is Dee Channel, and I have 100% confidence in Storm Shield products. On a scale of 1 to 10, they'd be 10 plus.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. My wife and I made a decision to replace our windows. Storm Shield windows, they were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield windows.
Storm Shield Windows and Doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%. And our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean, and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up.
Plumbing Nerds, smarter plumbing solutions.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, remember yesterday when we played that audio of Vice President Harris and she was visiting with all those kids and it was that really creepy, weird, fake moment that she was having?
The discoveries and the work we can do in space. So that's one of the things I'm most excited about. But the other, you guys are going to see. You're going to literally see the craters on the moon with your own eyes. Oh, my goodness. With your own eyes.
Okay. The whole thing was set. They're actors. They were child actors. The whole thing was set up. They weren't like kids that were going to see the vice president. The whole thing was set up. It was featuring child actors. They all auditioned for their moment to hang. Is anything from this administration real? Well, inflation is.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed.
Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is, until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here with a warning. I don't write this stuff, so we're going to have a little fun with it. Dr. France and his team at the France Cosmetic Center introducing their, are you ready? Halloween's around the corner. Botox special. Get it? I'm Count Rincula, here to tell you, don't look so scary. Dr. France is proud to introduce Southwest Florida to Dr. Christine Bachman, a Beverly Hills-trained cosmetic surgeon at France Cosmetic Center and an expert in the art of helping you look as good as you feel. Now through October 31st, France Cosmetic Center offering you their Botox special, $10 per unit of Botox, a fantastic deal. In addition, they're offering $50 off basic or deluxe hydrofacials for first-timers, an amazing deal that will not last long. Call 239-418-0999 to schedule your Botox treatment from Dr. Rincula. And enjoy your first hydrofacial at $50 off.
France Eye Care. What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, what is that beautiful SUV? I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, how much does it cost? I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. The final autopsy report is due out today for Gabby Petito, whose remains were found weeks after she was reported missing.
Her death was already ruled a homicide. Her fiancé, Brian Laundrie of Northport, Florida, remains a person of interest, but hasn't been located. Laundrie returned to his family in Florida without Petito following a road trip and with no explanation as to where she was.
Fox's Evan Brown. Top Democrats are working to trim the president's social spending bill.
Nancy Pelosi gets ready to take an axe to the Biden Build Back Better plan, knowing full well that depending on what she pulls out of it to slim it down, could mean that she is losing more support within her own party. She is saying this: overwhelmingly, the guidance I am receiving from members is to do fewer things well.
Fox's Peter Ducey. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash causing major backups at State Road 82 and Ortiz Avenue in Fort Myers. There's still roadblock at the intersection because of that crash with injuries, so avoid it by taking Colonial or I-75. We also have a crash east of I-75 along Palm Beach Boulevard at Parker Avenue in the Fort Myers Shores area. No roadblock there, but possible injuries and just seeing some slight delays westbound approaching State Road 31. We also have a disabled vehicle at Palm Beach Boulevard and Orange River Boulevard, and a hit-and-run crash along 41 right near Simply Shelf Storage. That's in Fort Myers. We're looking at some slight delays, North Fort Myers rather, just north of Pondella Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Look out for a similar weather pattern to what we had yesterday with a dry start to the day and more isolated afternoon rain later into this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures topping off back to near 91 degrees. You'll keep that chance for showers mainly after 3 p.m. today and continuing into the early evening hours with those winding down as we head into tonight. Wednesday, another dry start to the day with the low near 73 degrees. We top off near 90 for your Wednesday afternoon. More isolated rain and even some thunderstorms possible as we head into the later half and the second half of Wednesday. Thursday also featuring a chance for some isolated afternoon storms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need. The hosts you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Throughout the month of October, Jason and Todd at the Diamond District want to offer you 5 years interest-free financing on the largest selection of beautiful fashion diamond jewelry now at the Diamond District. Financing based on approved credit and available on the entire selection of fashionable diamond jewelry.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now, 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
Florida's climate allows us to spend a lot of time out of doors. But if you're working in the yard, be sure to stay safe. When trimming trees or vegetation, always carefully look first for power lines. You can be seriously injured or killed if you or anything you are touching comes in contact with a power line. Remember, always stay at least 10 feet away from neighborhood power lines and 30 feet away from larger power lines. A safety first reminder from Florida Power and Light and this station.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. In about 10 more minutes, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. That's coming up in just a second. We have Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond on the way as well. So William Shatner, he didn't go yet. Does he go today? Is today the day? Or is it like in the next couple of days? I'm not sure. He's got the upcoming flight. I thought it was today for some reason. Maybe it's not. I guess they asked him yesterday how he feels about going up in space and what that's all going to be like. And
how is it for him sitting with those feelings? Here's what he said.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable, but I'm also uncomfortable.
He's comfortable, but he's uncomfortable. Well, yeah, he's uncomfortable. I mean, who's ready for him shooting into space? And, if you're 90 years old, it's like, I got this far. Do I really want to? I don't know. Maybe it's... All right, so he's comfortable and uncomfortable. We'll see what happens. I don't know what day it's going to go down, but we'll see. All right, maybe Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond knows what day this is going to go down, because he's are you a Shatnerite? Is that...
No, unfortunately not.
Do you even know what I'm talking about when I say William Shatner?
The Priceline commercial guy, right?
No, he's like, well, yeah, I mean, he is technically. No, right. His whole thing is Star Trek. It's,
Yeah, I know.
the Captain James the Kirk thing there, and that's. But 90 years old, that's pretty impressive. The oldest person. The thing I feel bad is about the other three that are there, and they're like, hey, we spent a lot of money to get on this flight, and nobody's even talking about us. So it's like,
Good for him though. He's going finally into the final frontier.
yep. Well, yeah, let's hope it ends successfully, and it's not anyway. It's yes, it's gonna be great. All right. Speaking of things that are great or not great, I don't know. Let's find out some of the stories that are going on here that I wanted to talk to you about in the county, and a couple of things. I heard about this, and maybe you can confirm this because we kind of talked a little bit about it. Some of the environmental issues that we have that we're always concerned about administrations coming in, like the Biden administration, rolling back things that the Trump administration did. And one of them would be an environmental rollback and some of the federal regulations that guide all of these environmental issues and reviews of different things. And we've heard about this before. And so I know that you've kind of been digging a little bit into some of this because clearly it's going to affect us in some way. So the question is, how is it going to affect us, some of these rollbacks? Maybe talk about specific key provisions that you've discovered and how they will affect us here in Southwest Florida.
Yeah, thanks, Drew. So, we're talking about the ripple effect that decisions that the Biden administration makes and how they work their way all the way down to us in local government. The White House Council on Environmental Quality said Wednesday it's going to restore key provisions of the National Environmental Policy Act. They call it NEPA for short. Basically, he wants to roll back some of the reduction in regulation that President Trump had done.
Yeah.
President Trump tried to roll back some of these environmental regulations that he felt were overburdensome to try and speed up infrastructure projects and also create jobs throughout the United States. The Biden administration says, hold it. Let's put them back. In fact, let's put them back a little stricter than they were before. What is he talking about? Well, he's talking about adding in language that would require permitting review agencies at the federal level to look at things like indirect and direct impacts, especially related to climate change and environmental justice.
Oh, boy. Environmental justice. I love that one.
Yeah, so here's how this affects us locally.
Yes.
Our recent road widening project on Alico Road took 40 months just to get the Army Corps of Engineer permits.
Really?
Okay, so when you think about it, building a road, actually laying down the asphalt, that takes about 18 months to build the actual road. It takes 40 months just to get through Army Corps permitting in that case. And what this is going to do when we now have this extra level of review is going to slow it down even more. And when you think about what this means, when they start to bring in this idea of indirect impacts, okay?
Yeah.
Let's say we don't build a lot of these pipelines here. In fact, I don't know of any that are here locally. But if you had a pipeline you were trying to build in the United States to transport fossil fuels, right? So you're trying to transport gas from one place to another. They would say, well, the gas that's in the pipeline would cause a direct impact on climate change. Therefore, the pipeline has an indirect impact on climate change. Therefore, no pipeline. So,
Wow.
it's, yeah.
So what, I mean, I guess the question, a couple of things come to mind right away. Number one, the first thing is, what can you do? How locally, how do you combat this?
Well, this is where local governments need to come together. And in Florida, we come together at the Florida Association of Counties. They call it FAC. And we need to come together to support legislation to have Congress review these things. In fact, it would be great if one of the suggestions would be that the U.S. Department of Transportation has to annually report to Congress how long it takes to complete these reviews so that at least our representatives in Washington are aware of it. You could limit some of these reviews to a time frame of 2 years. You get 2 years to review it, which would be 24 months. That's still a long time, but it's shorter than 40. The volumes of paperwork that they give you when they do these reviews too, they're over. You could limit them to 200 pages because some of them can be thousands of pages. And then the other thing that I think is common sense that they could do is they could look at the size of the project too. If the project's smaller than $35 million, maybe it's excluded from these heavier reviews because it's not as big of a project. Look, we need to strike the balance between protecting our environment. Nobody wants to hurt the environment, especially here locally. That's really the goose that helps keep our tourism and hospitality industry afloat. But we are growing so fast. We need many of these roads yesterday, and making permitting from the federal level even more onerous is going to do nothing but slow that down.
Man, because you think about, and again, a couple of other things come to mind. Number one, you look at the expansion that's happening and then all the infrastructure that needs to be in place as all of this is building out. And you think now for the future, but that now, that future, you can now, with this administration, extend out even further because of what they're doing. So that takes more time than you would have on average. So that's the first thing. So how quickly that pops up. And I wonder on a federal level how that equals out to this Build Back Better plan, quote unquote, which he's trying to do. So that's kind of an interesting predicament then. So if the whole idea of a infrastructure, let's say, building back better, or just the infrastructure plan itself, and the money that we would spend for infrastructure, then the idea of this comes into play as well. So when does that money get spent? When does that all come through? So this idea of we're going to have these shovel-ready jobs, we're going to get out there and we're going to start building roads and bridges and fixing all these things. And then you have the same administration going, oh, and by the way, it's going to take 4 times as long as it should take because we've got all of these regulations on top of it. That's got to be the case as well, I would assume.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also think about this. Who defines better and what's better? One of the people from the Council on Environmental Quality, so they work for Biden and his administration, actually made the statement that Trump's administration, his changes, limited federal agencies' ability to develop and consider alternatives that do not fully align with the stated goals of the project sponsor. Basically, meaning we want the federal regulating authorities to be able to suggest alternatives to the local sponsors that might be better for their community than what the locals think is better for their community.
Man, and I will say this, and you don't have to. This is just me opining here. You don't have to say a word about this, but I'm just going to put this out there. That's right there. What you've just said sparked this thought in my head. If you have Republicans or conservatives, I won't even say Republicans, I'll just say conservatives, who are bent on trying to look at certain issues in the state and say that you want to be environmentally friendly, which of course we definitely do want to do. But at the same time, when it gets a little radical with sea level changes and things that you can say are issues of climate change, you're not allowed to deny it, you're not allowed to question the science, then all of a sudden that comes into play as well, because what you end up doing is, if you're one of those people that believes in that, and I don't know where you stand, Brian Hammond, I'm just saying in general, if you're somebody that believes that Miami's sinking into the ocean because of climate change, then ultimately you're feeding into the policies that we're talking about here. You're helping to feed into those that will say, well, you're exactly right, and that's why we're not allowed to do this until we take an extra 40 months to make sure that the things that you're putting in infrastructure-wise are going to be relevant to what is going on with climate change. And you see how this becomes a vicious cycle. And what you end up doing is, and what certain people will do, is that instead of looking at the science, they go along with what's the cool thing of the day, or you're not allowed to be a denier, otherwise you're going to get doxxed or something else. And this idea that if you go along with it because you want to go along to get along could ultimately be hurting your community, because now you're feeding into an administration that is all about slowing things down. So that's just my thought on that. I hope that made some kind of sense there. But I won't, like I said, I'm not putting you in on that. Don't know how you feel about Miami sinking into the ocean.
I think the point you make is so important for us as conservatives. We can't just be passive. We don't need to be rude. Obviously, we need to treat people with respect, but we can't just go along to get along anymore. We do need to speak up. I think that's a great point.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that one. All right, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. And so, all right, talk to me about this. The inaction of this administration to do anything when it comes to immigration reform. We know what's going on along our southern border. It is awful what we're seeing. Some people might say it's by design. It almost appears as if that's how they believe they're going to grow the Democrat Party, a party that is falling apart by the seams. Believe me, it is. And I gave some evidence early on how that's working. But what about what that's doing to communities and how it's putting us in our community at risk and those things that you're concerned about with regards to immigration?
Yeah, the counties have come together, and one of the things we really want is we want a secure border. Excuse me. This is really creating. Excuse me, real quick. It's creating a humanitarian crisis at the border, right? We see the situation there, and as the folks who we see at the border on TV start to move into the United States, they're coming to places like Florida, to many of our counties, right?
Mhm.
And our job as the county is to administer many of the federal aid programs that would help these folks. I mean, they are human beings, and so you can't just let them starve or anything like that. These are people. We must treat them with dignity and respect. But it's causing a huge problem for many counties throughout the state of Florida. So what we want is we're capitalists. We want the president and we want Congress to finally take up immigration reform, to finally secure the border. Let's secure the border. Let's know who's coming into our country, right? So let's secure the border and then let's start working on policies that will help people who actually have skills and who want to come here come here. Look, a lot of the people who are trying to come here really do. They're capitalists. They want to better their economic situation. Hey, we're conservatives. We support that idea too. We just need to know who's coming here. We need a better, more orderly process to get those folks here so that they can get to work and do the things that they want to do too. We just want to know who's coming into our country. And right now, the way things are coming in, just being basically flooding in, thrown at us, we've got it. The local governments are the ones that have got to help these folks out.
Right, and you've noticed. I mean, I guess that's what people would probably ask. Have you noticed it? Have you noticed
You
what's
know,
happening in the community?
we don't have the same kind of influx that many of the East Coast counties would have, but it does happen. Absolutely.
Yeah, so we always have to keep an eye on that. All right, is there anything else you wanted to touch on? Because I'm looking at the time, and I got to play Drew's College, and I know how you like to play along the home game. So
I do. Yeah, I'm going to get a 100 today. No, I think you hit it. Our next county commission meeting is next Tuesday at 9:30 in the morning. I'll be on to talk to you about what's on that agenda.
Oh, good. Okay. We'll do that next week. All right. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. All right, my friend. Have a great day.
All right,
See you
Tom.
soon.
Thanks.
Okay, there he goes. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. Now is your time to call. It is Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Caller number 5 right now at 239-479-5592. Let's do it. Play Drew's College next. We'll see what you got. Impress your friends and family. Impress the kids. It's all about the kids. That's why we do it. We do it for the kids. A lot of ways we do it for the kids because it may be their only civics lesson or political lesson of the day. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Chiquita Boulevard at Gleason Parkway in Cape Coral. We're seeing a crash involving a school bus. Working on getting more details on exactly whether there were children on that bus and if there were any injuries. Meantime, that is right by Ida Baker High School, Gulf Elementary and Middle Schools, and the Oasis Charter Schools. Seeing delays eastbound along Gleason approaching the intersection. So avoid the area for the time being if you can. We have a crew heading to that scene to get more details for you. Meantime, we're seeing delays along 75 southbound from Palm Beach Boulevard through Luckett Road, Ortiz Avenue, heading out toward the area right around MLK Jr. Boulevard in Ortiz because of an earlier crash there as well. And on 75, continuing south toward Colonial, you'll see some delays. So may want to avoid I-75 for the time being. You could take Treeline Avenue, or coming from the Buckingham area, you can also take Buckingham Road southbound in that area in general. Looking good along the rest of 75, 41, not seeing any problems. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. After a dry and nice start to the day with a mostly sunny sky, look for a few clouds building towards this afternoon with some isolated rain back in the forecast, especially after 3 p.m. Temperatures reach near 93 degrees. We see those showers wind down as we enter later this evening, with temperatures cooling to 73 as we wake up on your Wednesday. A high of 94 tomorrow with a chance for some isolated afternoon rain and thunderstorms. I'm Wink News with Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
When you run a business, setbacks change everything. And online, they happen fast. With your Comcast Business Internet, you can stay ahead. And now you can add Comcast Business Security Edge to make your network more secure, It helps keep your network safe with scans every 10 minutes. And unlike some cybersecurity options, this helps protect every device that's connected. Because when your information, your people, and your company have security edge, you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Find out how to get 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 11/7/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security edge not included.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN, 239-893-PAIN.
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty's show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College. All right. Let's go to Gail in Fort Myers. Good morning, Gail. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question starts right now. Hey, Gail, do you remember who lost the election in 2012 on the Republican ticket? The Republican lost in 2012 for the presidential nomination or presidential election. But who was that person that lost in 2012?
Romney.
That is correct. All right, you got a associate's. We'll see if we get a bachelor's degree on this question. Can you name 3 rights or freedoms from the First Amendment?
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Freedom to bear arms. Let me think.
Well, that's incorrect because you're thinking of the Second Amendment to, that would be, so it would be speech, religion, assembly, press, and the petition to government. So those would be the First Amendment rights there. But that's okay. Let's.
Oh boy.
Don't oh boy. We're going to pick up where we left off, and we're going to do great. Here we go. So this is your bachelor's degree question. This president was the first Republican to be voted into office in 1861, and also the first president to be assassinated. Who was it? First president to be voted into office in 1861 as a Republican, and they're also the first president to be assassinated.
Boy, was that Harding?
Say that again?
Was it Harding?
No, it was Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, don't cry out loud. Keep it inside. All right, so how about a bachelor's degree on this question? This president was nicknamed Ike, and he served from 1953 to 61.
Eisenhower.
That is correct. There you go. Also installed a putting green on the White House lawn, so you got to love that.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. All right, well, you got a bachelor's degree today on Drew's College, so you kind of were up and down a little bit today, but listen, work well and feel good knowing that you have pursued happiness and you kind of got there, and there's always room for more.
Well, thanks. Love your show.
Love you too. Thank you for calling. We appreciate it. All right, coming up, we have scheduled the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Florida, Jeanette Nunez, coming up. Also, we'll take your calls. There's some other things that are going on with Biden's America that may shock and surprise you. I know it's going to sound crazy, but we have shortages to tell you about that you may not be aware of coming up.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get
An NFL coach is out of a job over emails. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. John Gruden resigns as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, saying in a statement, "I love the Raiders and do not want to be a distraction. I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt anyone."
This follows newly leaked emails from the NFL reported on by the New York Times showing a pattern of misogynistic and homophobic remarks by Gruden dating back 7 years, using inappropriate language regarding NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, female referees, gay athletes, and players protesting during the national anthem, just to name a few. These latest emails follow a Wall Street Journal report from last week regarding a 2011 email that Gruden sent to former Washington football team president Bruce Allen that used a racial trope to describe NFL Players Association Executive Director DeMaurice Smith. Matt Napolitano, Fox News.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott signs an executive order banning private companies or any other entity from imposing coronavirus vaccine mandates on employees or customers. Some companies and healthcare systems in Texas announced those mandates weeks ago. Governor Abbott in a statement says the vaccines are safe and effective, but should always be voluntary. President Biden still trying to bridge the gap within his own party on spending bills that can pass.
Top White House officials all the way up to the president himself are working to broker a $2 trillion compromise, not between Republicans and Democrats, but between Democrats and Democrats.
We need to stay together and bound by the values that we hold as a party.
The moderate wing of the party wants a traditional infrastructure package focused on roads and bridges. The progressive wing is pushing forward with social spending. Think cutting the price of college tuition, prescription drug prices, and a focus on climate change.
Fox's David Spunt. Results of the autopsy report on Gabby Petito are being announced today by a medical examiner in Wyoming. She was found dead there last month. Her boyfriend, a person of interest, went missing himself about a week later. America's listening to Fox News. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a fact. You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Chiquita Boulevard at Gleason Parkway in Cape Coral. We're seeing a crash involving a school bus. Working on getting more details on exactly whether there were children on that bus and if there were any injuries. Meantime, that is right by Ida Baker High School, Gulf Elementary and Middle Schools, and the Oasis Charter Schools, seeing delays eastbound along Gleason approaching the intersection. So avoid the area for the time being if you can. We have a crew heading to that scene to get more details for you. Meantime, we're seeing delays along 75 southbound from Palm Beach Boulevard through Luckett Road, Ortiz Avenue, heading out toward the area right around MLK Jr. Boulevard in Ortiz because of an earlier crash there as well. And on 75, continuing south toward Colonial, you'll see some delays. So may want to avoid I-75 for the time being. You could take Treeline Avenue, or coming from the Buckingham area, you can also take Buckingham Road southbound in that area in general. Looking good along the rest of 75, 41, not seeing any problems. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Look out for a similar weather pattern to what we had yesterday with a dry start to the day and more isolated afternoon rain later into this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures topping off back to near 91 degrees. You'll keep that chance for showers mainly after 3 p.m. today and continuing into the early evening hours, with those winding down as we head into tonight. Wednesday, another dry start to the day with the low near 73 degrees. We top off near 90 for your Wednesday afternoon. More isolated rain and even some thunderstorms possible as we head into the later half and the second half of Wednesday. Thursday also featuring a chance for some isolated afternoon storms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Did you know that if you have $600 or more in the bank, President Biden wants to check your account? Ty Lassiter of Key City Capital here to tell you why. In an unprecedented move, President Biden's administration wants to have access to all Americans' bank accounts with over $600 to keep an eye on things so that we can be safe. At Key City Capital, we are committed to protecting and growing our clients' wealth regardless of what this president does. Our track record of double-digit returns and tax mitigation has truly been life-changing for our clients.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com. Steele has 3 E's. Go to the website. You can watch. You can subscribe to the podcast right there as well. Very happy to have on the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Florida, Jeanette Nunez, joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. It's Drew Steele. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Drew. Doing well. How about you?
Oh, it's great to speak with you again. We are well here. Lots going on. I would love to touch on, especially when it comes to schools in the state, and I want to get into some of that coming up. But I do want to ask you this question. This is just me talking. This is just the two of us. It's just us, okay? Nikki Fried. I'm just going to put this out there. She's doing the agriculture thing. Can she at least fake the whole agriculture? Can she hold an orange when she does a press conference or something? I mean, I feel like sometimes I don't know what she's doing, but I know she is doing things when it comes to trying to run for governor in the state, which I think is sometimes I laugh because I'm just trying to figure out what she's done. But what she seems to be doing is going after the current governor. I'm not sure if that's a great tactic, but. Again, there are some things with her that have popped up when it comes to some of the issues of schools and data and COVID that I would like you to speak to if you have a second.
Sure, and I think you're absolutely right. I don't know what she's done in her current job and why voters would want to reward her with an even more important job. Certainly from the standpoint of agriculture, I don't know that she can tout any major successes with regards to the citrus industry and all the challenges that are going on there with citrus greening and other things, but we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah.
As it relates to her rant on school masking, because of course she wants, just like Joe Biden, she wants to mandate everything and anything under the sun. And certainly with regards to school masking and different school districts that have taken the approach of let's violate state law and force masking and disregard what parents want. We're pretty straightforward on that. Yeah. At the end of the day, the governor said very clearly he wants parents to be in control of their children's educational and healthcare decisions. And for a school district, a bunch of bureaucrats to sit around and say that they're going to force masks. I've said often that we need to have an honest conversation. It's easy to use, one-liners and talk in terms of political ads and things like that. But let's have an honest conversation because, I'm a mom and my son goes to school where it's mask optional. And they basically, when you see these kids, when you drop them off, they are not wearing the right mask. They take that mask, they put it in their book bag. It's gross, it's dirty. They put it back on the next day. It's under their nose, it's under their chin. Kids aren't wearing the proper masks. They're not wearing them properly to begin with. So let's be honest. Masking as a mitigation effort in terms of the school districts, what we've seen from our data is that statistically there's little to no difference in districts that don't require it versus those that do. Nikki, of course, last week in a desperate attempt to get some sort of media coverage, had a press conference, not holding an orange, like you mentioned. She releases data, and you're having a bad day when the woke left-leaning media that loves to bash DeSantis, they call you out for providing erroneous information. She had to go and change it and fix her data. She was cherry picking. She was selectively using data to push her political agenda. So it's just embarrassing. And who's the liar now, Nikki?
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what you should do. Listen, and you could take the credit. Just hand her an orange the next time you see her and say, you should hold this so people know exactly what you do or what you claim to do or what you're supposed to be doing. But anyway, I digress. But one of the things and a couple of things that you mentioned I think are critically important. Number one, it's amazing how the Democrat Party just has no problem and loves to look at parents and say, yeah, it's about us. We know better than you. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure in your child's education, you're the primary in all of this. I think that we are, and we're the ones that are going to tell you what to do and how you should act and how you should be, which is striking considering that they do that so openly and parents have been pushing back. And we see it at the school boards and everything that is happening, the protests against so many things, not just the mask mandates. And like you mentioned, the fact that, we're looking for the science and the data that they claim to support. Where is it to talk about how mandating masks are so much better than having an opt-out option? But then the other side of it, of course, is what's going on with their education and certainly critical race theory. And I'd love to get your thoughts on that coming up in just a second. But even what you're seeing with the school boards, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I think it's very troubling, and that's a great segue into something I really wanted to talk about, so I'm glad you mentioned it. What we're seeing from the Biden administration, weaponizing the DOJ, the FBI to threaten, intimidate, and silence parents who are outspoken critics of things like critical race theory in their children's school. I mean, to be able to have a government agency to start to investigate parents for the crime of caring about what their children are learning and caring about the fact that so many are indoctrinating with this critical race theory. I mean, I think that is a troubling state of affairs for our country. We have been very vocal on it. The governor has said on more than one occasion he's not going to stand for it. These parents have the absolute right to question, to demand, to be upset about what's going on in school boards around the country. We've been very clear here in Florida. We're not going to tolerate critical race theory because we believe critical race theory basically bullies and shames kids for no other reason than the color of their own skin. And we certainly believe that all of our children here in Florida have an opportunity to excel and to learn and to be productive citizens. And we're not going to segregate them by saying, because of the color of your skin, because you have privilege. That is just a bunch of malarkey. We're not going to stand for it.
Yeah, no doubt. And, the great thing certainly about the state of Florida and what people are recognizing across the country is leadership. And that's what it comes down to. It's when somebody talks about leadership, it's both a view you stepping up into that space and saying, look, if we see something that is happening with regards to maybe critical race theory, we can use that as an example, and we see how unions are trying to push this and people are trying to push it upon our kids, and we know exactly what it is, that somebody has to step into that space as a leader and say, no, we're going to push back. And many times, we see the governor certainly doing that. And even when it comes to critical race theory, and I might even ask you this question, have you even talked to anybody? I mean, I know you talk to people, all backgrounds, all political persuasions. Have you talked to anybody who looks at CRT and says, no, you don't understand, this is a good thing? I mean, how many even do that?
No, and you're right. I mean, it's absurd. And what we've seen, and unfortunate, elected school board members, at the local level, you hadn't really been paying attention. A lot of times people don't even know who they're voting for, but that is absolutely a critical position. What we're seeing, here in Florida, I think that we're in a much better place. To your point, thanks to the leadership of the governor and thanks to his bold policies, and as we have really stood up and spoken out against critical race theory. But what you see in other states, but the indoctrination, it is real. I will tell you, I have 3 kids. My oldest graduated in the spring from the university. My middle one is in the university currently in his junior year, and he tells me, he's like, Mom, I have to obviously be careful how I say things in a paper. If my professor I know is a liberal, I can't go out there, and he has to self-censor. And we actually had legislation about that because it's happening, and it's happening more than parents know. Everyone's busy, right? Most parents, busy working, especially during this challenging time, trying to put food on the table, trying to provide for their families. They don't necessarily have the time to see what kind of books are my kids reading. What are the teachers teaching them? But I tell you what, as a parent, you better pay attention and you better start to inquire and you better start to get involved, because what they're doing, K through 12 and on in the higher ed system, it is troubling.
Yeah. And, something you just said troubles me is that, and I know it does you as well, when you hear your kids saying things like, I don't know if I can say this, or I don't know if I can write this. I'm not sure that I can express myself. Just that that would come out of their mouth at all, anytime, anyone, to be able to say that they're afraid to speak what they believe and the truth is something scary. And that, is important when you have leadership. Again, I go back to leadership, people that are willing to step into that void, especially for parents who, like you say, are very busy, and they need to know that they have a governor who is looking at this and understands what is happening to try to push back against that and to be able to help our kids and certainly the state. And so, how we all appreciate that. Listen, I know you've got to run. I know you're busy. I just appreciate a few minutes of your time. Hopefully you can come back again when we can talk more in detail on a lot of different things that are happening. But certainly I do appreciate a few minutes because there's a lot going on in the state, a lot of great things, great leadership from the governor and certainly from you, Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez, joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Thank you so much for a few minutes. All the best, and we'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you, Drew. Likewise.
All right. 239-479-5592. I'm telling you got to step into that space, and that is something that is so important with this governor that he has shown time and time again. From some might say from the smallest of things, the smallest issues, which really aren't small issues, to the biggest. And that's what you have to do. It's critical. And so that is good. And I will say this about education, too, as we get ready to go to break. Jake, let's hit a break right now. And it's this. Yes, there are people that are busy. You're busy. You've got a lot of things that are going on, but you can't be afraid to not only talk to your kids and ask the questions about what's going on with their education and what they're seeing in their schools, but also being willing to help to supplement some of the things that are going on, whether that is externally bringing people into the space to help to maybe it has to do with tutoring. Maybe it has to do with even a book. Even something that you can read, that you can communicate with your kids, even if it's something as simple as a civics lesson or something that a teacher has communicated with your child that you're thinking to yourself, well, hold on a second, that's not right. Step into that space and don't be afraid to set that straight. That's your role. It's not theirs, it's yours. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along, let's find out what's going on with traffic up to the minute. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Heading out right now through MLK Jr. Boulevard, still tracking delays because of an earlier crash at Ortiz Avenue. Seeing everything start to filter through, so should be able to pass through without any trouble. Just watch out for some slowdowns. We have a crash also in Cape Coral at Gleason Parkway and Chiquita Boulevard, causing backups eastbound at the intersection. We have a Wink News crew heading to that scene, hearing a school bus is involved in that crash, and we're working to get more details on where exactly that bus was heading. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. After a dry and nice start to the day with a mostly sunny sky, look for a few clouds building towards this afternoon with some isolated rain back in the forecast, especially after 3 p.m. Temperatures reach near 93 degrees. We see those showers wind down as we enter later this evening, with temperatures cooling to 73 as we wake up on your Wednesday. A high of 94 tomorrow with a chance for some isolated afternoon rain and thunderstorms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear, taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around your middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At Neogenics, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to Neogenics and take the first step to feeling great again. Call Neogenics for a free consultation at 277-9999 or find us online at neogenicmd.com. That's 277-9999. Neogenics, rediscover your youth.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Water everywhere. You can't swim in it. You can't stand drinking it. Heck, it's so bad it's on the news every day. Hi, I'm Rob Hill from Bob Hill Plumbing. We've invested over 66 years here in Naples, bringing you clean, drinkable water for your home or condo. We realize we can't fix the water problems everywhere, but we can definitely clean up the water inside your home. Our government does their best to deliver safe water for use. But wow, who wants chlorinated yellow water at every faucet? Let us install a Halo home filtration system and remove all the bad taste, color, and odor from your water. Halo removes 99% of all chlorine, ammonia, and all the bad-tasting chemicals in our municipal water system. Call Bob Hill Plumbing today and let us install a Halo water system in your home so you can once again enjoy clean, bottle-quality water at every faucet. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or bobhillplumbing.com.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give Plumbing Nerds.
Been thinking about natural biologic therapies to treat your chronic joint pain? Meet Tyler Vale, co-founder of QC Kinetics.
To me, it is such an easy decision. If you are truly looking to avoid surgery and not treat yourself with Band-Aids like steroids and pain meds, then really there is no other option, and that's what I love so much about what I get to do.
QC Kinetics offers a variety of restorative natural options to rejuvenate the tissue in your joints and give you your life back.
When they come back a few months later, and it's so affirming to see their quality of life change in such a positive way.
Are you tired of the joint pain that keeps you from living your best life? Call QC Kinetics to learn more about these exciting restorative and regenerative options.
And you've been looking for an answer, something to avoid surgery. I'm just giving you the answer you've been looking for. QC Kinetics. Kinetics is energy in motion. We want to keep you in motion.
Get your free consultation today with QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. QC Kinetics 239-893-PAIN.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, this is kind of ugly. Not really sure if this is something that people are asking for or whether or not this is... Okay, you ready for this? And leave it to Wisconsin to come up with this. And all the Wisconsin people are saying, hey, what are you talking about? Or is that Canada? Anyway, a Wisconsin meat market is selling sausages stuffed with candy corns. They're called Spooktoberfest brats. Eh? No, I'm not kidding. There you go. They're brats made with Lake Louise Brewing Oktoberfest and candy corn. They're stuffing candy corns and sausages in Wisconsin. I'm telling you, it's people have gone crazy. Who asked for this? Who would eat that? Would you eat it? If I can find it, would you eat that, Jake?
No.
That's nobody's asked for this, and nobody wants that. What? I get it. You're trying to make people want to eat your sausage, but that's not working. That's not helping. Anyway, all right. Hey, speaking of ugly, Hillary Clinton's in the news. Boy, that's a segue, huh? You like that one? Okay, thanks. Hillary Clinton says that democracy is at stake. I'm sorry. Listen, she's serious, but she was on with, I don't know, one of the ABC networks yesterday.
I believe you said it's up to us to make sure the plot stays fictional. After writing this, any interest at all in getting back into the game of politics?
I will never be out of the game of politics. I'm not going to be running for anything, but I really feel, Amy, and I know George was interviewing Adam Schiff before.
Oh, good.
I really feel like our democracy is at stake, and there's many reasons for that. Some of them.
Okay, ready? Here's the reasons why democracy is at stake.
We saw on the screen with the insurrection.
The insurrection. All right, the January 6th insurrection. That wasn't really an insurrection, but we'll keep calling it that because that's the narrative that's out there.
Some of them because of the revelations about Facebook that creates a world of disinformation instead of, one that we can agree on what the facts are.
Okay, there you go. It's her facts. Agreeing on the facts, right?
I am sick and tired.
Easy. All right, so there you go. It's the insurrectionists, and it's Facebook that did it because, she lost because of Facebook, not because she was a terrible candidate or anything like that. It's Facebook. So we got to do something about Facebook. And boy, if we could regulate Facebook so that the government could look and go, oh, you're not allowed to say this, and this. Boy, it's amazing how many this, and this might be going against Republicans and conservatives. But I'll tell you what, it's not the fact that she was a bad candidate or anything like that. You can trust Hillary Clinton if she was running for office once again. There's no doubt that honesty, it's just a vibe. It just spews right out of her mouth.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you getting information right now? Hot sauce. Hot sauce in my bag, swag?
That's us.
Really?
Yes.
Now, listen, I
yes.
just want you to know, people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people again.
Okay. Is it working?
Yeah, that's Woo. Hey, top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35 coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is, until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Democratic Party leaders are pushing for unity as the president's social spending bill gets trimmed down.
Activists are hoping the climate change parts of the Biden plan remain intact, protesting outside the White House and even spray painting graffiti on a statue of Andrew Jackson nearby while they wait for answers about what is in and what is out of the Biden plan.
Fox's Peter Ducey. And Prince Charles urges action on climate change.
The food we eat, the water we drink, the oxygen we breathe depends on the work of other species and the ecosystems they create. Yet, we continue blithely to wipe out species that hold the secrets to so many innovative and sustainable products for the future.
The British royal speaking at the UN Biodiversity Summit hosted by China. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now at Gleason Parkway and Chiquita Boulevard, seeing backups, and that crash is involving a school bus. We have a crew heading out to that scene right now to get more details, but major eastbound delays at that intersection. Also have westbound slowdowns on Palm Beach Boulevard in the Fort Myers Shores area because of a crash on Palm Beach near Parker Avenue. Seeing a crash in Lehigh at Woodward Boulevard and Beth Stacy Boulevard. And at Broadway Street and Palm Beach Boulevard, a crash there in Alva. No roadblock, no injuries to worry about. Just watch out for some delays. If you're heading through Collier County, it's been a busy morning in Golden Gate Estates. We have a crash at Golden Gate Boulevard East at 8th Street Northeast. Another crash on Vanderbilt Beach Road in North Naples, not too far from the intersection of Airport Pulling Road right near the Tiburon. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Theresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Look out for a similar weather pattern to what we had yesterday with a dry start to the day and more isolated afternoon rain later into this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures topping off back to near 91 degrees. We'll keep that chance for showers mainly after 3 p.m. today and continuing into the early evening hours with those winding down as we head into tonight. Wednesday, another dry start to the day with the low near 73 degrees. We top off near 90 for your Wednesday afternoon. More isolated rain and even some thunderstorms possible as we head into the later half and the second half of Wednesday. Thursday also featuring a chance for some isolated afternoon storms. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
High winds don't knock before they destroy your patio door. Windborne debris doesn't ask permission to ruin your carpet and furniture. Storms don't wait for an invitation to pop in. Nature doesn't care. That's why you need CGI Element Shield windows and patio doors, only at Lowe's. Element Shield windows and patio doors eliminate the need for shutters or plywood because they're built to stand up to whatever nature throws at you. Whether you have new or existing construction, Element Shield can customize a window or patio door that protects you and your family and looks great doing it. It also provides a significant noise barrier and might just reduce your insurance costs. CGI Element Shield windows and patio doors are available only at Lowe's. So visit CGI@Lowe's.com right now to find a Lowe's near you that sells CGI Element Shield windows and doors. CGI@Lowe's.com. Because nature doesn't care.
When you want the very best for your home, there's only one name that stands alone. Hardware and glass in harmony. No frames, no mess. You'll love what you see. Quality, style, and huge selection. Give your bath the look of perfection. Wanna see more? Go to my shower door.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592 if you want to call right now or text, you can do that. DrewSteele.com is the website. You can watch right there on the website and subscribe to the podcast. There's a link there. We appreciate you doing that. Top 5 audio clips of the day. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
Being escorted out of UCLA for standing up for medical freedom, despite coming to work, willing to work, and I just can't believe that this is what they're doing right now. And I'm gonna fight for all of us out there, and I will continue to fight. And this is not okay.
There is a nurse from UCLA Medical Center who went to work, is not vaccinated, and is now being escorted out of her job at a hospital for not taking the vaccine. It's interesting how, you have the signs out in front of the hospitals that heroes work here. They do, unless, of course, they decide that they don't want to be vaccinated and they're fighting back against COVID tyranny. And now, are they still heroes? Does that work, or we dismiss that now? I'm just asking.
Number 4.
Again, in fact, when people ask me, if you rule the world, what one thing would you do? I think about that a lot.
Oh, good. Okay. There's Nancy Pelosi, who was saying, what was she at? She was at some meeting yesterday. I don't know which one. Does it really matter where Nancy Pelosi is? She's saying this in public. Nancy Pelosi yesterday, who was talking about how, was it WHO thing, an event? I don't know what it was. But anyway, she was talking about how if she ruled the world, and she thinks about it often. I had no idea that she thinks about it so much. And it's kind of the end part of it that's a little disturbing as well, right? What is he? Yeah, nothing strange there.
Number 3.
I think that particularly if you're vaccinated, but you can get out there, you're outdoors for the most part, at least when my children were out there doing trick-or-treating, and enjoy it.
I bequeath to you Halloween. You are allowed to enjoy Halloween as long as I say the King Fauci has decreed that everybody... okay, all right. So there he is once again on State of the Union last night. A good thing. It's an important thing. This is why you want to get vaccinated, everybody, because if you're a vaccinated individual, you get to enjoy Halloween. The rest of you... stay in your house and give candy out. I don't even know. Are you allowed to give candy out if you're unvaccinated? How does that work?
Number 2.
Our democracy is at stake, and there's many reasons for that. Some of them we saw on the screen with the insurrection, some of them because of the revelations about Facebook that creates a world of disinformation instead of, one that we can agree on what the facts are.
Oh, it's such a good day when you hear from Hillary Clinton on ABC yesterday. Was a Good Morning or Hey, how you doing, ABC? I don't know whatever it was the program was, but she's on yesterday talking about, boy, I worry about the democracy. I got to tell you, with the insurrection on January 6th, which of course wasn't really an insurrection, but we'll keep saying that it is. And Facebook, and boy, we got to do something about those guys. I'm really worried about it. You see what they did to me during my election? It was everybody else's fault. I'm perfect.
Number 1.
Disagree with the Israeli government policy. Why not just stop sales completely?
Well, I disagree with the U.S. policy. We couldn't stop selling in the U.S. I think it's fine to be involved with a country, to be a citizen of a country, and to protest some of the country's actions. And that's essentially what we're doing in terms of Israel. We hugely support Israel's right to exist, but we are against a particular policy.
You guys are big proponents of voting rights. Why do you still sell ice cream in Georgia? Texas, abortion bans. Why are you still selling there?
I don't know.
I don't know. There you go. That's Ben and Jerry, the founders, Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield, sitting there and knowing that they are just virtue signaling when they say, we're not going to sell ice cream in the Israeli settlements there. And because it's occupied Palestinian territory, and we're not going to sell to those 500,000 people that are there. No way. And we stand up. We believe in Israel and this notion that the country of Israel, and we support the country of Israel, but we don't like their policies. Well, what about when Georgia and the laws there in Texas and abortion bans? Shouldn't you be fighting against that as well? Why are you selling ice cream in those states? I don't know.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Because you're hypocrites. Because you're hypocrites. That's why. Because you got tens of millions of people that buy ice cream in Georgia and Texas, and you don't want to lose the money. Is that what it is? Because you're hypocrites. All you do is virtual sing. When we have policies we don't like, we stand up, and you should see the things that we do. Have you heard about our new Karl Marx Yum Yum ice cream coming out? It's going to be delicious. Yeah, it's empty. There's nothing in it because, communism is there's a broken spoon at the bottom of the package. That's what it is. But I'll tell you what, we're going to sell it all around the world because we stand up. What? Because you're a hypocrite. That's what it is. I got to tell you, you have to watch that interview. If you get any time today, if you have just a minute and 16 seconds, you got to watch this interview on Axios. And just, it's so uncomfortable to watch. It's not that. It is. It's an uncomfortable interview. It was a crash and burn interview, but just showing the hypocrisy of the left. All right, what else do we have? We should skim the headlines. There are so many things we should touch on this morning. Lots of stuff to get into. I don't know. Let's see. Let's get an update on Biden's America. What do you say?
Biden's America.
Poor kids are just as tall as white kids.
In Biden's America.
Lion dog faced pony soldier.
In Biden's America. Who knows what we'll see?
You know the thing.
You know the thing.
Get your words straight, Jack. Come on, man.
Hey, how many of you wear diapers? Some people, they need them. Diapers, you got all kinds of stuff. The National Diaper Bank Network says that 1 in 3, I didn't know there was a National Diaper Bank Network, says 1 in 3 American families are in need of baby items. Well, you may not be having the ability to access those for long because there's a labor shortage and difficult getting imports from countries that have been placed on a temporary lockdown during COVID. And so that's what they're saying here. But we got diaper shortages, everybody. We got a diaper shortage hitting the U.S. Amid this pandemic and supply chain issues. But it's not the administration's fault. It's a global thing. No diapers, no toilet paper, other consumer goods. So if you're worried about getting some of these products, you may continue to worry because it looks like that's not going to go away. Hey, is there anything else? It's not like toys. We don't have to worry about that, right? It's
holiday shoppers are already being warned to hit the stores early. Marissa Silva, a toy expert, says the industry is being hit hard by the shipping crisis. Silva says there's a delay of about 6 to 8 weeks for a lot of toys. She also warns by Black Friday there may not be much on the store shelves.
Yeah, so there's that as well. So you might want to start thinking about your Black Friday shopping now. So there may not be much on the store shelves. So we got all kinds of issues there. And that is, that's not a joke. He says it.
Not a joke.
I know. So we got that going on. But we should be okay. Everything is fine. What else? What other headlines? We got other things we got to worry about. Come on, you're talking about this. What else? Lego is going to eliminate boys and girls labels, and they're going to cancel the sexist shopping just in time for Christmas as well. So what are they doing? So Legos. I didn't know Legos were sexist. Is that how that works? New research commissioned by the Lego Group reveals that girls today feel increasingly confident to engage in all types of play and creative activities. They remain held back by society's ingrained gender stereotypes. We're talking about stereotypes with Legos. All right, so they were launching a new Lego campaign called Ready for Girls, which celebrates girls who rebuild the world through creative problem solving. So they're going to do something about the Legos that, label girls and boys. Oh, no, you can't have girls and boys Legos. You can just... All right, so we have that. Anything else? What else we want to touch on today? Yeah, I know. Some people are talking about how there's more emails now, and John Gruden, who's the coach or was the coach of the LA Raiders. Oh, LA Raiders. Did I say LA Raiders? Aren't they the Vegas Raiders now? Yeah. The football team, the Raiders, wherever they are, the Vegas Raiders there. He's gone as head coach. He steps down. He's got some emails from 11 years ago that I guess now have confirmed something that people were talking about just a couple of days ago with some emails that suggest that he's got a little racist there. Is that what it is? A trove of years-old intolerant emails are exposed. And it goes back, oh boy, I mean, he's gone after gay players entering team rosters, female officials joining the league, going after NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, and even President Obama. I mean, it's just, so he's out. And there you go. So coach is out, going back 11 years. Was there no indication from anybody at all? I mean, if it was that bad, wouldn't somebody have said something sooner? And why now? There was no indication at all. All right. So there's, I don't know, sometimes you would assume that there would be something there and you'd speak out if it was really awful. And I mean, it's not like Superman is bisexual. We don't have to worry about that. It's not a joke. It's what?
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Okay, this just in. Yeah, we got that too. So Superman is now bisexual. The Man of Steel coming out as a bisexual. DC comic writer Tom Taylor revealed on Monday, creating, quote, another straight white savior, unquote, would be real opportunity missed. That's right. So we don't want to do that. So there's an opportunity now to have a brand new character, not actually a brand new one. It's Superman. And now he's bisexual. So why not twist and turn and do all this? You're going to start running out of comic book characters and characters in general. They're going to make them all in some way, shape, or form, something to conform with what they believe. And then soon there'll be nobody left. And then what happens? You just, like Jake said earlier, you make some more. Brand new characters. And none of them can be straight and white, because that would be a bad thing, according to what's going on here. I'm just putting that out there.
Missed opportunity.
Oh, that's what they said. It's a missed opportunity. Okay. We have leadership in the state of Florida with Ron DeSantis, who signed a Columbus Day Declaration, as the lefties all around the country are saying, no. We got a minority of voices who say it's got to be Indigenous Peoples Day because, Christopher Columbus, we say is, and they fill in the blank, not even knowing the history of Columbus Day or even the issues of Christopher Columbus specifically, and how there are historians who are suggesting that it was the Spaniards that were coming across into the New World that actually committed some of the horrific atrocities, and it wasn't actually Christopher Columbus. Listen, look it up. I don't know. There's some people that are saying that you may have some of your 14th, 15th century individuals mixed up a little bit in situations. But, you got to go with Howard Zinn, and you got to go with all the Marxists and those that say, no, it's got to be Indigenous Peoples Day. And not even knowing the history of Columbus Day, which I brought up earlier, how interesting that is. And the fact that it was President Harrison who brought that up because the way that Italian Americans were being treated at the time was pretty awful, to the point, and I'm talking horrific treatment of Italians as they made their way here to the United States, especially considering that there was one such situation that the AP was reporting on where there were 19 Italians that were accused of killing a police chief in Louisiana, and 11 of them were killed by a mob who came in, and as the story goes, I want to get this right, as the story goes, they had no Italians on a jury who decided to find these individuals innocent. A mob didn't like that. They thought that these 19 individuals were the ones that killed the police chief in Louisiana, only to have the mob kill 11 of them, and the AP saying, well, listen, it wasn't the wrong thing to do because, listen, justice had to be served and it wasn't served in the courts. That was the AP saying that. So at the time, how they were being treated, and then ultimately it was something that the president at the time, President Harrison, who was running for office, and politicians courting the Italian-American vote, and said, hey, we need to actually have a day to honor Italian-Americans. And so that's where Christopher Columbus came in, and Christopher Columbus Day, and settling on the day. I think it was October, 21st time? Oh, no, the 12th, was it? No. There in the 1800s, 1898, I believe. And so that's how that all came about. And so, no. It was something different. All right, what else do we have? Lots of things going on. I don't know if I have time to touch on this. I actually don't, because I really want to get into more detail on it. But tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit about this story. Not only the Associated Press and the news, again, as I just mentioned, the Associated Press, who back in the 1800s was like, yeah, listen, a mob came and killed 11 Italian Americans, but that was okay because really it served justice properly. We come to find out that the AP is also trying to go to great lengths in attempting to make the National School Boards Association seem like, oh, no, they never said domestic terrorism. They never said anything like that. They never said the DOJ needs to go after school board parents who show up at school boards who are expressing their opinions and the things that they are concerned about with the education of their kids. The AP trying to help that along. And on the heels of that story, we also come to find out Raheem Kassam had this on his Twitter account. He is the editor-in-chief of the National Pulse. And there's a story out, according to some recent research by the Center for Democracy and Technology. Listen to this. You want to talk about something that's not being discussed? 86% of teachers reported that during the pandemic, schools provided tablets, laptops, or Chromebooks to students at twice the rate, 43% prior to the pandemic, an illustration of schools' attempts to close disparities in digital access. The problem is a lot of those electronics were being used to monitor students, even combing through private chats, private chats, emails, documents, all in the name of protecting them. More than 80% of surveyed teachers and 70% of surveyed high school students told the CDT that their schools use surveillance software on the devices. And the more reliant students are on those electronics, unable to afford supplementary phones or tablets, the more they are subject to scrutiny. Now, you may be saying, well, come on, what's the problem, Drew? I mean, it's not their laptops, it's not their tablets. I mean, the schools have to be able to monitor the kids, right? We've got to make sure that they're not going on to crazy websites. Surveillance software? Being able to monitor students? To be able to see them? No, that's fine. That seems like not an issue, right? Excuse me? Like you don't have privacy concerns about that? So let me get this straight. You get mad at me for suggesting that we should have cameras in schools, which I'm telling you I'm going to continue to push this legislative session, that you're going to get mad at me for the desire to have cameras in our classrooms so we can keep an eye on teachers and what they're teaching our kids. But you don't have a problem with them having electronic devices given to your child and then being able to monitor them, go through their private chats, their emails, and surveillance software so they can see them. You don't have a problem with that. No, you're just keeping kids safe. Really, none of that would be used against them in any way, shape, or form, and by default used against you. No way that would ever happen. Excuse me? Yeah, we should dig into this story a little more tomorrow. Maybe we will. All right, I hear the music. All right, Glenn Beck is next. We hope you have a great day. And let's find out how the remainder of our forecast is shaping up today with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida, after a dry and nice start to the day with